Okay, you guys, now that I'm back, you should have two pieces that looks like this. As far as the size, you can use any size that you want. You can use any book that you want, but this is me suggesting, showing you how I would use that book that was actually in the bundle that you all purchased. You can play along and use your own product. I'm just showing this to the few of you who said that you were just starting to learn art journaling and stuff, okay? So what I'm going to do to this right now is, because you'll need a black piece of paper, and I'm going to cut it down so that it is a little, I'm going to go start over here, yeah, like maybe 3/4 of the way. And that's because 4 and, let me go 4.5. Yeah, I'm going to cut it at 4.5. You would have to measure your own paper, because I'm doing it according to this size. Now, if yours if your paper or your book is, oops, I made a boo-boo, you guys. Okay, see, this is 4.5 by, and I wanted to start over here. I should not have cut it that short. Okay, bear with me, you guys, because I don't do tutorials a whole lot. Okay, that was 4.5, and obviously it has to be 5.5. Let's try 5.5, and if I have to cut it down some, I will. 5.5 is pretty good. Okay, I'm actually doing it here, and I'll show you how. So I got a piece that's 4.5 by 5.5. I'm going to cut 2 of those, but this is a little crooked, and that's because I have a new Martha Stewart scoring board in my storage somewhere, which I need because this is totally wonky about now. Alright, I'm at 5.5. Yeah, so we're going to do this 4.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to show you why I chose to do it that way. And then you could decide if you want to cover your entire thing or not. I'll leave that up to you. So, let's see. So you want 2 sheets that size. Let me make sure both of these are the same size. Yep. Okay, we have 2 black sheets. That's 4.5 by 5.5. But measure yours. What you want to do is have a 1/4 inch all the way around. So if you're looking for precise measurements, you won't be getting that from me. Yes, okay? So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to take this down here. And I'm using score tape. I got to remember, I'm showing you guys how to do this. I'm using score tape. So I think because I just automatically do this, I don't think about the fact that I'm showing, you know, people how to do it. So you guys have to remind me if I didn't show you something, just ask the question. Yeah, so this is easy. This is the easy part. And I'm just showing you how to cover the front of this book. You really don't have to cover both of the front and the back if you don't want. You don't even have to do this if you don't want. I'm doing this because, alright, you see this right here? I'm going to do the same thing on the back of this. And that means it's going to go, and this part is going to be, yes. So I'm going to put tape here on here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I don't want this to be a long video because I don't want you all to get tired of watching. So I'm going to try to do these in little segments. Once I finish covering this book, I'm going to start showing you how to do different things with the stuff that you have. Okay? Alrighty, you guys. So, and let's make sure, yes, I'm going to put this on this side. Now, if the only way you could remember that your insides need to have a piece right there, the reason I did that is because I'm going to bind this. I am going to bind this book together. Now remember, we need at least this much space in between there, right? We need at least this much space in between there because that is how large your book is going to be. You could either use a piece like that or you can do what I'm getting ready to show you. You can actually leave this right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I'm going to use, but at the same time I'll show you what I'm going to do first so that you can actually put yours together without even thinking about it, okay? If you have Tyvek tape, that would be great, or any kind of Tyvek paper. That would be good. Let me find mine. Okay, the Tyvek would take some digging, but see this right here? This is Tyvek, okay? And you don't have the envelopes that you have in your paper stack is not Tyvek, but the package that it came in, it is Tyvek. What you can do is we're going to cut a piece of that envelope, and you don't have to worry about the US packaging thing showing because you're not really going to see it, okay? But if you are worried about it, cut where there is no writing, okay? And what you're going to do is use this Tyvek to bind your book. This right here. You're going to use it, and that's because this doesn't tear. This doesn't tear. It doesn't come apart. None of that. Okay, so I'm going to put it here so that here I'm going to cut it just a little. Just a little smaller. Yes, so use that envelope that I sent you all. That way it wouldn't be like you're abusing the federal government's property. Alright, you guys, so you want at least a 1/4 inch because that's how much space you had in there, unless you want yours larger. So what I'm going to do is, I figured that's 1 1.5. Okay, so for 1.5 inches, I'm going to cut this piece of paper at 1.5. Okay, let me turn it around this way because that's the straighter side. And I'm going to cut, can you see me? Yes, 1.5. That means you'll have a 1/4 inch on each side and a 1/4 inch. That's about a 1/4, right? Or is that a half? Okay, you'll have a half on each end and a half in the middle, which is 1.5, okay? So what I'm going to do is, that's exactly right. I'm going to cut just a little off so that it's not hanging over. And remember now, this is only to keep your book together. And then I'm going to take this little piece and I'm going to score it at a 1/2 inch across. Okay, where's my scoring tool? And I don't see it, so guess what, you guys? If you all have, oh, okay, here's one and it's crooked. Okay, I'm going to score this at 1/2. There. Can you see me? And I'm going to score it so that each of these little pieces is scored at a 1/2 inch, okay? And on top of it, I am going to cut the corners of this diagonally. All right? Cut the corners diagonally. If you have tape, if you have Tyvek tape, and I have rolls of it, but of course I'll put it up somewhere, you can do this. This will not tear, but this is only going to hold your cover together. Okay, so I am going to put a piece of tape here, and I'm going to do it twice. On one side. There. I'm going to put another piece there. Then I'm going to put a piece there. Yep, there. And then another piece there. Yeah, so that you are going to take this and you're going to, let me just clip off the extras. Yes, so you have a piece there. Okay, so see this right here and this right here. Make sure your book is facing each other, right? I mean, you have them like this. Okay, I'm going to take this piece right here. Like I said, this is only holding your book together. And you're going to reinforce it anyway, and you're going to reinforce it on the inside. So you're going to take this and you're going to line it up with the end of that across like this. And you're going to adhere it. And it's, yes, this is so not going to move. All right. Let's see. Okay, I'm leaving it there, but that was a, yeah. But that's okay because you're going to cover it. That was kind of tight on there, and I was going to move it over, but that's okay. Take your other piece and take it off. And I use this tape because it works for me. And you're going to take it and adhere it to that piece. Alright, you guys. So there you have. This is not going to move. It's not going to come off. It's not going to do any of that kind of stuff. Mind you, you're going to cover this and you're going to cover this, okay? But right now, you have your book. bind it again back together, or you could have just covered the entire thing. I just do this because I like saying I actually made the hardcover, which, you know, not just decorated it. All right, you guys, now if you wanted to just leave that binding piece in there, the piece that I cut out, you could do that, but then you'll have to cover it also. Yes, see, because that's the same size. You'll just have to cover it. So I just take mine out and I use my signature and put it right there. So there you are. That's your cover. Now, the easy thing for putting this together is using one of the bags like this. And you have to make sure that the orientation is good. This is about 4 1/4. Let's see here. All right, you guys. I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to tear. Let's see. Let's don't even tear it. Let's do this. I'm going to cut the top piece off. And you want to make sure. Let's see. So this could be a little smaller than the black piece, right? Let's go at 4 1/4 here. I'm going to do this. Why do I keep cutting this short? I only want a teeny. Okay, let's go 4 1/2 because that's the 5 1/2 side. I know you guys are working right along with me, so bear with me. I'm going to cut this off, and you'll have 2 pieces when you finish. Easy thing to do is to measure it here and see how much you need. So that is about, I measure everything all the time, but I've been doing this for so long, I don't even measure. I just do it. Yes, so I'm going to cut just a little off of here. And remember, you have to worry about your orientation because you don't want to have your book with the print upside down. Okay, this is still a little wonky, so let me cut it off there. And all I'm doing is I'm measuring it in here to make sure it's about the right size, okay? All right, so I'm going to cut that here. And I'm going to just skim off a little piece here. Or you could open it up and just cut it flat. But for me, it doesn't matter. Okay, so there, you decide which one you want to be the front or the back, but remember your orientation. All right, so that is your book. Then I'll show you how to cover it when I show you after we start making the inserts and stuff, because you're going to also add other things to it. Okay, all right, so go ahead and put this piece on. And this has gone way over the amount of time I wanted it to go over, but that's okay. This, I'll have to remember next time. Don't go too many minutes. When I come back, we're going to do a mixed media sheet. I'm going to show you how to make ATCs. You'll use those to put in your art journal too. And at the same time that I show you how to do the sheet, we're going to use that 110-pound Nina paper that I put in your bundle, and it's about 10 white sheets. You're going to use exactly 1 sheet, and it's going to make, I think it's 8 cards. I'll have to come back and show you, but yeah, we're going to try to get as many ATCs out of that stack that we can, out of that 1 sheet of paper that we could possibly get. Okay, all right, ladies, there is your front cover. Now you have to decide if you want the back. I want the back, so I'm going to put, because I'm going to show you how I'm going to decorate this, and we're going to use stuff that's not included. You could use anything you want, but stuff that's not included in the bundle. Like I'm using rickrack to cover this and a few metal pieces, and I just tore my piece of paper, but that's okay. It just gives it character. And you can use whatever you have in your scrapbook room. Yeah, so oops, I ran out of tape. Yeah, so that is pretty much how you're going to cover your book. Okay, so right now it should look like this. You haven't covered the inside, you have the outside done, you haven't covered the binding, and you haven't put your accessories on it. But this is going to be the start of your junk journal, okay? Alright, you guys, I'll be back on the next video, but the next video will probably be something else. So go ahead and get this done. So by the time I come back with another video, you'll be ready to go ahead and move on. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.